disappointed, but an interesting weekend altogether with Man United giving us a good performance, but dropping the 3 points or giving out the 3 points, all thanks to Corner FC leading that one. And West Ham United, I will never use the word blowout again. I'm sorry.
Good morning, John.
Yes, a fantastic morning. If you score the goal and you have 3 points on the board, you get to laugh like I'm laughing this morning because every other person in this league are amateurs right now and we are the real deal. I did not see Reinders scoring, even though he's been having a fantastic scoring spree in the preseason. It's a fantastic win. I'll take it heading into the new season because
On YouTube at Bold FM Sports, you can go there, drop your comments. We'll be reading your comments live here in the studio. Okay, let's start with the Premier League, and I'm going to give you the results of the Premier League Saturday and Sunday. On Saturday, Aston Villa and Newcastle played at a 0-0 draw, even though the Aston Villa got a man sent off in that game, but that game ended 0-0. Brighton and Fulham 1-1. Sunderland trashed West Ham 3-0. The final game on Sunday, Tottenham beat Burnley 3-0. On Sunday, Sam Forest beat Brentford 3-1. Manchester United 0, Arsenal 1. Chelsea and Crystal Palace played 0-0 draw in that game. Okay, let's start with the Saturday goal. Aston Villa versus Newcastle. It was a 0-0 draw in that first game on Saturday. Fantastic game of football for both teams.
I wouldn't say fantastic because Newcastle are feeling.
I'll say 1 point is
yeah, 1 point apiece. I think that's the best case scenario because Newcastle were without Isak. I don't think he'll ever come back, even though he's not come out by himself to say it. But without Isak, Anthony Gordon was played in a false nine position. He didn't really deliver in that position, and I think Newcastle earned a point in that encounter because it would have been terrible for them to be where they are right now, having failed to get about 6 or 7 of their targets, and also failed in keeping Isak because he's trying to force a move away, and then to now cap it up losing to an Aston Villa side that ceteris paribus they should have blown out of the water, so but I feel that it's an opportunity that Aston Villa let slip by because they should have won the match. They should have dominated more. They should have created more chances and finished, but they didn't. So I think Aston Villa passed up on an opportunity to get 3 points on the board against Newcastle.
Okay, so how do you see that game?
Good game. I don't know what to say about the game. It was balanced. It was everybody on there. See, forget that we say one player is missing. One player does not make the whole team.
Oh, well.
Okay. The rest of the player can contribute to his goals, but the rest of the team did their homework. The rest of the team did their assignments. They got their job done. That player will score all the goals. Now, person they create the chances.
Why the guy where did that position?
Yeah, the guy where they there yesterday, not be out and out striker, and he follow for the creator in chief.
He should create for himself and score now.
He follow for creator in chief. He follow create chances. All the crosses Isak has been scoring. Who they cross at eight. Now Anthony Gordon. Now he's starting as a false nine. He wasn't getting that service much. And remember, I would not want to let's say body shame or what is it now. But he gets small body. He's looking lanky. In that Newcastle the offense, I think he's the smallest entity there, like in size.
Bro,
you can pick him out.
If you look at him and Isak, there's no much difference.
Like say,
Isak is taller, but they are both lanky.
Have you
both
seen?
Of them are lanky.
Only one Isak leg. Leave that thing. That's how you talk. Not be by how you see him.
That's only not an excuse.
Only one Isak. Only one Isak leg. Like Anthony Gordon's full strength.
Oh wow!
You get, and on the other side, you have players who did well. Aston Villa, it was the same lineup that you've been going with last season. The same set of players, improved performance. You get, it was like we said for these two teams, they finished I think they finished 7th, 5th, and 6th. So it was a game of let's go and see if we can get a win for both teams. Newcastle got the red card and they decided to sit deep and defend.
Okay, that game ended 0-0 on the night. Let's see. It's going to be an interesting game of football. Okay, other result that happened quickly, guys. West Ham lost to Sunderland. Trashed West Ham though.
As predicted.
3-0 in that game. In the game, Sunderland came in and they
Godwin, can we just move on?
We are not moving on.
Godwin, on Saturday I told you can we move on. You said no. I should make a prediction. Can we just move on?
Sunderland trashed West Ham 3-0. Fantastic game for Sunderland. It was a surprise for me because I was thinking probably that West Ham would do something, but Sunderland came in and got all 3 points.
Thank you.
Fantastic game of football for Sunderland. Good win for them too. Brighton and Fulham played a 1-1 draw. That game was interesting because Brighton was leading that game in the second half by a penalty, but they scored the final minute goal. Fulham scored the 97-minute goal to equalize 1-1. Fantastic game of football too. Let's see what both teams will do throughout the season. It was 1-1 draw. Fulham versus Brighton. I'll call them the probably title contenders this season. Tottenham beat Burnley 3-0, and Kudus scored got two assists. And Richardson got 2 goals. Fantastic game for Tottenham.
Yeah, fantastic game for Tottenham. I like the look of this new look Tottenham Hotspurs under Thomas Frank. Kudos with the assist. I'm sure if he was at West Ham on Saturday, that game wouldn't have gone the way it did. But you win some, you lose some, and you learn some. I think West Ham have learned some over the weekend. But Kudos giving a fantastic performance again in the Tottenham, showing that he belongs at the top tier in the Premier League. You can be slumming it out for decades in the bottom tier of the Premier League. When you get into rarefied air, like the spanking new Tottenham Stadium, playing for a side that is contending for titles and contending for trophies this season, it gives you that extra kick in the leg to go out there and put on a performance. And boy, did he perform. It was a good game. Richarlison has started marking his numbers. We all know sometime in the season he'll be out injured, and then the season.
Why did they pray for the guy to get injured?
I've seen it too many seasons.
What happened?
What I want to ask you is that it's like Frank preferred Richarlison to Solanke, because Solanke was the main striker when they bought him with huge amount of money, so everybody was thinking it's going to be
£65 million.
Going to be a main striker, but it looks like Frank is favoring Richarlison at least.
Club record deal at some point. Yeah, I think Solanke is the club record signing. And a Richarlison is a workaholic. Why many coaches will prefer a Solanke over a Richarlison is because he's clinical in front of goal, and he can stay fit all season. Why many coaches will prefer, or some coaches will prefer a Richarlison, is he can press, cause the defense to commit errors that would set traps for other people to pick up the passes, the loose balls, and pass the ball to him to score. That pressing ability to run 90 minutes is what makes Thomas Frank. If you look at the setup at what's it called, at Brentford, Mbeumo is always covering. I think last season Mbeumo is one of the top 3 players to cover more distance on the pitch. Mbeumo and Richard, you get me? And even at Thiago, the guy that came in last season to come and replace Ivan Toney. He started this last game for Brentford. These 3 players, forget that they are the strikers, as they say, but they always cover more grounds than anybody in the side. So it's one thing Thomas Frank likes. He likes his front line to cover more grounds, run more, press more. And if you see that game yesterday, most of the pressing or most of those goals came from all thanks to the press from the front 3 to get this guy the ball, and they scored the goal. So I feel like
mostly Kudus though.
I feel like say when you set trap go either a catch for this side or a catch for this side, and the trap worked all game long. So I feel like his ability to press and run is what makes Thomas Frank like him ahead of Solanke.
Okay, that game ended 3-0 for Spurs. A fantastic start for Frank. He almost got that Super Cup against PSG. He lost on penalties. Even though he played back he played 3 at the back and in that Super Cup, but in this particular game he played 4 at the back. So probably that's what formation he's going to use. I think he did that against PSG to contain them. He probably felt that PSG are a better side.
When he played 3 at the back, they were still more.
So let's see what he's going to do throughout this season for Thomas Frank to do with Spurs throughout this season. Okay, let's talk about Manchester City, because City played the game and they trashed Wolves away from home 4-0. And the usual suspects, Haaland scored 2, Tijani scored 1, and Czech scored the final goal. Fantastic game for City. City start this league with a bang. Fantastic game of football, John.
My goodness. Like
was poor, but this season
if last season was poor, I can't wait to see what this season holds, because we finished 3rd. Yes, we finished how many points away from Arsenal? It could have been 2nd, but it's fine. This season is a fresh slate, clean slate. And with my 3 points at the top of the table, at the top of the pack, it's the usual suspects again. Arsenal and Man City at the top of the table with, a certain Liverpool. So he's the usual suspects again. In that game, oh my goodness, look at the young man, the best striker in the Premier League today, Erling Haaland. Fantastic finish. And then look at this other guy. Like, I'm not missing KDB. Like, for once in my life, I'm not. KDB is, anytime KDB is playing and he hold that his scarf, hey, my BP will be high. More. See Renders now, giving me zuzu.
No more for my eye, no more for my eye.
And come to think that I was never really in support of the move to get Renders in because he's looking like an average guy. But bro, I hold my hands up. Renders.
I was not looking to get him in. Yes. Mark that word. When I talk, say
Renders.
Now look at how he's singing his song. John complains, say, why would you get Renders? He's not the kind of player who want. See what they sing now. You see the song of praise he's singing now.
Pre-season was a shutdown.
This is to tell you that it's not all the players you want your club will get. The players you even hate the most. Your club will go and get the players in. You have no choice but to sing. You will write a poem. You write a song of praise. I never liked Sesko. And Fukuk, you were here when I was singing against Fukuk. Callum Wilson, if this yesterday match, I was okay. Next match, if he score, I will sing more song. This is John that was against Riders.
Fantastic play from a fantastic player.
This is John that was against Riders coming to Man City.
For real.
He's singing in praises now.
For real.
And last night's game was another moment to say, and Nuri, are you sure you want to play for Man City? You want to remain at Ofati Wanderers? Because your performance yesterday felt like, your performance on Saturday felt like you still have this part of you at Ofati Wanderers. Defensively, you didn't do.
I think he will bet. He's just coming
into
the
like,
team. So.
I feel like he's played other matches before. He did well in other matches. But this one, his performance, for me, I don't know about any other person because I look at me. For me, his performance yesterday was kind of below par. I think it's because of the place he came from. He's still looking at, my former team. I can still romance them. I can still be this like with them. You're not playing for Man City. Your heart and your full chest belongs to Man City. So, for me, Anthony was just the player of last game, in the last game. But in general, Man City, will they cook? No. They will not cook.
We have already cooked. We have already cooked, man, for real.
It'll be interesting. If you look at the way they set up their team, Gonzalez started because obviously Rodri is still injured. Don't come back somewhere at the end of September. So he started and played 90 minutes and he played very well in that game. But the player that I want to talk about is Bob. Bob played and
my goodness.
But you see that boy is talented. That's why I understand why they want to sell Savinho after that game. Because it doesn't probably want Bob to play and play very well. He played 90 minutes and played fantastic.
It's not about selling. The thing I said it again. Many coaches, Pep Guardiola is beginning to filter some part of his game. Pep always want a winger that is always, cutting in, not even cutting in to play the shots, but at least running diagonal. You get, and you look at how Bernardo Silva was always running the game from the flank, and KDB was running the game whenever he plays from the flank. But I think now he's looking for who has the energy and the pace to burn. Who is going to be on their toes full 90 minutes without getting tired, or after just a stint, after the game of 90 minutes, you just perform like 2 miracles. You're not like the world-class player in your mind. He wants players that would be on their toes 247, create chances, make passes, make runs, and deliver the passes into the final third, which is not just get the dribbles in and try to score by yourself. He doesn't want that anymore. He wants players to get involved with the rest of the team. And I think Oscar Bob, for me, is that player for him, unless he goes to the market to get somebody in. Yes, they were also so. Forget to say Man City win. Let's say it the way it is. We saw Captain Bernardo Silva flop again. Because
I don't think there's any citizen that will be surprised with that.
For me, I don't know what that guy did for that pitch. He was just there. I just be a marker present. Let's say the way it is.
I keep saying it. You might complain about Bernardo Silva. You might not see what he's doing, but Pep is seeing it.
Pep is not seeing anything. Lift up. Pep is not seeing anything.
This is what the main thing about. The goalkeeper, the coach is seeing him there and he's playing well. He played as a midfielder and
he played in the midfield, yes, but
he had enough energy in that midfield to balance. I think him being there because he can attack and he can defend.
Godwin.
He has energy, so he has to be there.
Godwin,
let's be honest, talk truth.
Godwin, see, I'm not here to mix words. Like I've said it last season, I'm still saying it again. Every time you see me shouting on this show when we're about playing a game, is when I see that young man playing on the right, like, bro, you don't have the speed to run, you don't have pace. Leave that position for somebody that can play.
He plays as a midfielder now.
Yes, like if that is where he's going to be playing, fine and good, but he should understand that his ticket is expiring.
Okay, the new number.
And we can't wait to move him on.
Manchester City have a new number 10, and Checky entered the game and scored a goal. A fantastic game for all the new signings for City, apart from the left back and also just sit back. But Checky scored a wonderful goal again. He's going to be the star. I think having Checky and Ball, probably the minor savinho, it makes sense because he can play from the midfield and he can play from the flanks. So fantastic game of Mamouche entered the game. Good game of City. I think City are looking like a side that we know before. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, City, the way they held position. If you look at the statistics in this particular game, you can understand what I'm talking about. If you look at statistics in that game, City had 15 shots in total, had 4 on target and scored all 4 on target. Had more position, that had 563 passes. Wolves had 9 shots in total, 3 on target. They could not score any of them. Fantastic game for City. I think if you look at City now, do you think now, looking at truthfully, last season they started well and they fell up around 2 months after when the league started. So they are started again because they had new signings. I think the best thing that happened with Pep Guardiola that he bought all these players before the club broke up.
Yes.
He tested all of them with a real tournament, not pre-season.
Yes.
So you could see what he needs to do in that. I think, but they are looking that they are going to challenge for this league this season, obviously.
It has to be challenging for you. It's not even challenging, it's about winning the league this season. That's what it is. And then going up to the finals of the Champions League. Those are our markers for the season. But then talking about the team, you forgot about the certain James Trafford who started in goal too.
Yeah, he started in goal.
Fantastic saves here and there. He gave a real good account of himself. I loved what I saw from James Trafford, and it shows that
target shot as safe.
See, bro.
The problem is if they can. Ederson wasn't in the match they scored. Ederson wasn't in the match they scored. He's going to probably leave to go to Turkey. If they're going to be in Donnarumma, it's going to be Donnarumma and Trafford, which are two. I go sell Ortega now, or they can leave Trafford as number 1 and Ortega as number 2. So you have to
either way, I'm fine though.
Whether we have to see, because truthfully, one thing about that Donnarumma lack is that playing as from the back. He's a good goalkeeper, but he's just like the gear, good shot stopper. He can save, but that's Ederson used to do. You know how many assists Ederson has? He might not be able to do it. But let's see. City trashed their opponent in the first Premier League game, 4-0 to kickstart their Premier League this season. Let's see if Pep Guardiola can win the Premier League again after losing it to Liverpool last season. Okay, let's talk about Sunday game. First, let's talk about the Nottingham Forest beat their opponent Brentford 3-1 quickly, and good game for. I like Nuno. Nuno is even if you look at the players he even bought. Remember, he's bought about 3 players that have not even featured in this game, but still they trashed their opponent. And Wood again.
We have to give it to Wood.
Scored 2 goals again. That guy.
We have to give it to Wood.
Like
no way. He's aging like fine wine. He's getting better per season.
Player when no fee score 10 Premier League goals. Last season hit about 15 or 18. This season he started with 2 goals again. Second goal, I have to tell you, second goal, it kind of felt like the Ronaldinho kind of goal. It felt like the clinical kind of striker. Not only cross the ball, let me head it with my head it in, or perhaps score a tap in. He went 1v1 against a defender, beat a defender, beat a goalkeeper to score that second goal. I would say it's a good one for him. Okay. He's developed very well in the team. And I feel like Nottingham Forest, Taiwo, you go find another club, I beg. Because we need this spy good setup. Please find another club so that you get quality game time, because this Wood is not ready to drop to the bench for you.
A fantastic game of football. They had 11 shots in total in that game, 5 on target, and they scored 3 from that 5. Lionel started in that game. A good game for him too. He played as a fullback in that game. But let's see what Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest is going to be playing continental football. They are going to play in Europa League this season after Crystal Palace was disqualified. So they are going to.
And the debutant scored a goal in that one as well. Debutant Ndoye.
Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, let's talk about another big one that happened on Sunday. Chelsea played a 0-0 draw with Crystal Palace at the Bridge. Chelsea are the only big team this weekend that did not win their game. Everybody was expecting them at least to win that game.
Why you know win their game?
Yes, leave that team. That team are 2 big teams. They say big teams. When they talk big teams, that one and Man and Arsenal are 2 top of them meet. They say big team finish top 5.
The only big team will not win their game.
Now only Chelsea.
Man, you follow.
Okay, Arsenal no be big team. Arsenal no be big team.
We no win their game.
Leave Man U matter.
Okay,
Man U na big team play against each other.
Rephrase. Man U and Chelsea are only
Chelsea na the only big team.
Okay.
Only big team when no win their game.
Chelsea dropped 2 points. Chelsea dropped 2 points at the bridge against Crystal Palace. If you saw that game on Sunday, fantastic game from both teams, especially from Crystal Palace. I like the way they set up their team. The way they set up, won them that FA Cup against Manchester City, won them that Community Shield against Liverpool. Now they got 1 point at the bridge against Chelsea. But if you look at that game in general, Chelsea, I won't say that they did bad, but Crystal Palace matched them blue, especially in that midfield. They marshaled Palmer very well in that
as it should be.
They had even more touches.
As it should be.
When you do your homework, then the other coach outsmart you. Now, what they call this one? Oliver Glasner outsmarted Enzo Maresca. Let's be honest, because when you set up your team, you're expecting them to press while you evade the midfield and send long balls into the final third, and your players can attack from there. They were expecting Crystal Palace to press, come forward and leave that gaping hole between defense and goalkeeper. And Crystal Palace didn't settle for it. They settled in the midfield, closed the gap in the midfield. Those traps that Chelsea set, they were the one that was even countering it. So whenever you set a trap, you're walking straight into your own trap. That's how Crystal Palace set up in this game. And they were just lucky. Chelsea was lucky to have come out of this game with 1 point.
Talking about that incident in that game, Eze scored a fantastic free kick, but the VAR checked it and they showed that Guehi was close. He was close to the wall, and the rule in quotes said that he had to give you 1 meter away from the wall. But I looked at the other replays, free kicks. Sometimes I see defenders
in front of the wall,
beside the
wall, anything around the wall.
I don't know why they decided to implement this. But Chelsea were lucky, truthfully, for them to cancel that goal, because that goal was a fantastic goal from us.
8 rules that were added to the Premier League officiating rules.
The rules have been there.
I think they want to highlight that particular 8 was the goalkeeper 8 seconds rule that they added. That 8 that they listed before the beginning of the season, I feel like it's going to cost a whole lot of teams this season. It's going to cost a whole lot of teams, not just this one against Crystal Palace. It's going to cost many other teams. And in the first game, between Liverpool and Chelsea, there was Liverpool and Bournemouth, there was handball incident. VAR did not check out. So game week 1, I started giving VAR complaints. First, I'm beginning to complain. Reporters are beginning to complain. You get, but let's say that's that. But Chelsea's setup, it go hard for them to win match. If they continue to set up like this, it go hard for them to win match.
See, this is normal way. I don't understand how they set up, John. This is the normal they were going to set up. Apart from that defense that they had an issue with which Archibald did and actually did fantastic. We did well in that game. Their midfield is going to be going to be Palmer, Enzo, and Caicedo. Everybody knows that.
As it should
the
be,
striker is going to be either Delap or Joao Pedro.
Yes.
Neto will play either from the left or from the right. Then the problem is that Gittins, even though everybody had high expectations for him, but he did not actually do well in this game. Probably that's why they are trying to bring in Garnacho or Simeon in that team. But Gittins didn't play that much well. Neto tried, but Joao Pedro was him. I didn't even see him. They put the lab. They had probably one chance on target, but Chelsea setup is going to be. Do you think that this setup can win the Premier League? Because it's not about buying all the players, it's about making them challenge for the league this season.
I think everybody can agree with me that all that hype and glitz around world champion has faded away with that result.
It don't quench. They don't use without quencher.
But that badge still there.
The badge is allowed. I have the badge on my own to avoid it, so it's not an issue. But that all those SS hype, we are this, we are that, is a thing of the past right now, because after spending how much they spend, they couldn't win a common Crystal Palace. Secondly, number one,
all the hype of I will beat Crystal Palace.
All the hype, yes, that Liverpool
give them two goals away. Liverpool even try score goal. Liverpool scored 2 goals.
Thank you.
You shot on target in front of them.
So for me, I feel like all those hype will be out the window as of yesterday. It's now coming back home to look at, okay, where did we go wrong? How can we fix it? For me, if Gittins is not fitting in that left back, in that left wing right now, we've seen Neto play there, and you give somebody else on the right a chance to go.
That game.
That game, I feel like that game could have gone either ways. But when he made the subs, I think both managers made subs that wowed me at some point. And when he made a sub, I think he removed Gittins and one other person and brought in Santos and Estaba Williams. Esteban Williams on the right, um, Pedro moved to the
Move
left,
to the left, yes.
and it became a swift kind of fluid flowing attack where you can see Esteban on the right. Now the next thing you're seeing him on the left. They were just switching and they were getting in. And there was a time where Esteban got a 1v1 situation in that game, beat his man, beat the other person, and made a cross to the far post, but there was nobody to lock in the pass. There was nobody to connect to the ball there, and that was where Pedro felt like, oh, I could have made this run earlier enough, but he didn't. So I feel like Esteban from the right would have made a whole lot of sense. And if you are okay, you want them out of the team, at least give them play time now. Definitely it would have worked out because Christopher Kuku was nowhere to be found. And Gittins, I will say it again, was MIA. The front line was MIA in this one. The only person that was present in that front line yesterday was Pedro Neto.
Let's talk about Palmer, because Palmer have not scored an open goal since January in the Premier League. He has not scored an open goal since January. It's been a very, very long time. Even though he's a fantastic player, but I think that part of the way Crystal Palace set up that game is actually to freeze him out of that team, and it actually worked. He could not actually get on that, marshal that midfield. The Crystal Palace actually followed him everywhere he was going, marshaled him. And Joao Pedro, the striker, he didn't get anything on goal. After scoring that fantastic goal in the Club World Cup, he didn't get any stiff on goal. But Palmer and Delap and Pedro they're the way forward for Chelsea, because it go hard though. Because other teams are doing well.
There's a saying that goes that when your enemy is making a mistake, don't correct him. That's all I'll say on it.
Palmer is the way forward for Chelsea. He's a world class, according to you guys.
Palmer is a world class. I'm talking about
Palmer is world class.
Prospect.
QED.
He's a world class, according to you guys. I don't say he's not a world class yet. No, only 2 seasons.
That one concern.
No, only 1.5 season we don't see.
That one concern.
Last season, from January to the end of season, he no score goal from open play. How many goals did he score in the Premier League from open play, if not PKs and free kicks?
Oh, wow.
From open play, how many did he score?
Wow.
From January to the end of the season? He scored from penalties and free kicks.
How many of your players can score from free kick?
James Ward-Prowse is the
How many?
question. James Ward-Prowse.
Prowse is there. Let's leave
I don't even need to call him.
How many?
Call him name. Call him again. James Ward-Prowse, set piece specialist.
Now the
only man that can score anything set piece.
How many he scored last season?
He no play most of last season. Leave that.
Whose fault?
I think Palmer is a good player. He's a world class player. But
world class prospect.
The problem is that
the striker. Player, bro.
The
Simple.
striker is the man. My own is the striker for Chelsea.
How is it that the striker?
And the lap is I don't.
Wait now. How is it that the striker? In the Club World Cup, the strikers were scoring goals and we were singing songs of praise. Now they don't see Pochettino against Crystal Palace. You want blame striker. The people that didn't create the chances for the striker, what about them? It's just about. You see, I've said it before. He's a world class prospect. Everybody believes otherwise. That's their business. It concerns me. Like I said, he's a world class prospect. But in the Chelsea setup yesterday, he had an Adam Watson and Ismail Assar, who was mostly dropping down to defend. Eberechi, who was mostly in the midfield, also trying to help the team defend. And Mark Hughes had been over the C road that was also there controlling the tempo of the game. That was also there defending. Now, Grandpa Ebe, I can boldly call him Grandpa, he don't old, but he was boldly defending for the Crystal Palace side and also creating chances, making passes that could lead others to a 1v1 situation. Okay,
that fantastic game of football. Let's talk about Eberechi because he is a player that's subject to transfer this summer. He's 27 years old and he's in quotes, he's in his final, he's the peak of his career. He needs to play in quotes for another bigger club for him to test probably Champions League, test other competition rather than what he's playing with Crystal Palace. But he came in and did very well. You will not even know that he wants to leave the club. That's the same thing. That's why I like some players like that. Even though you want to leave, but come and give your best. That's why I used to force players like Isak. You want to go. You are talking with the ball, but let me come and train, play the games that I need to play. When the transfer happens, I will move. Eze played a fantastic game yesterday, and he scored a goal that was ruled out by VAR. But let's see. But if you look at that game, the statistics in that game, Chelsea. In that game, if you look at statistics in that game, Chelsea had 19 shots in total, but only 3 was on target. So they were just shooting anyhow, missing targets everywhere. 19 shots with only 3 on target for Chelsea. They had more possessions and more passes, 568 passes for Chelsea. For Crystal Palace, it was basically similar, 11 shots in total, but had more shots on target, 4 in that game. Remember, they ruled out SD's free kick had lesser possession and lesser ball. But it was a fantastic game of football. Chelsea dropping 2 points at the Stamford Bridge. Remember, other big teams are winning. This particular game, you still start winning because if you are losing, start losing points at the beginning of the season, where other teams are winning, it's going to be hard. You are now playing catch up from day one. So Maresca needs to fix this team. Probably he needs Garnacho, he needs Simeon in that team. Probably needs more wingers. He needs defender. But let's see what Maresca will decide. You have about 10 days before the transfer window closes. So they are still talking to Garnacho. Let's see if they are going to bring in Garnacho or other players to help Chelsea challenge for the Premier League. Okay, let's go to Old Trafford because Manchester United lost at home to Arsenal 1-0. The corner FC is back. Arsenal scored from a set piece. This is the same thing that keep happening to Manchester United. They don't defend set pieces well. Yesterday again, I think last season they considered 2 from set pieces against Arsenal. Now they
scored last season.
And now they consider another game. California heading in that goal from close range. Fantastic game for Manchester United. Truthfully, they played good football yesterday. They outplayed Arsenal. They outplayed Arsenal in so many parts of that, in so many minutes of that game. But at the end of the day, it's 3 points that matters, and Arsenal got the 3 points.
Thank you, Godwin. When you say they play good football, I remember when I played at Manchester United last season towards the ending of the season. They nicked a lucky goal at the extra time, and it was a 2-1 victory. Okay, so everybody was like, "Hey, Manchester United."
But they scored from open play, Abi.
Hey, Manchester United. Excuse me, I'm not done.
No, wait, they scored from open play.
Manchester United got a 2-1 win in that encounter, even though we played a very good game, and it was a lucky goal. Nobody wanted to hear that. Manchester United picked up 3 points in this game. Man, you no play nothing. They no play Shingbai. Where is the 3 points? All the signing, look at the shots they had. Was it 22 shots or whatever they had? They haven't had this much shots since 2011 against Arsenal. 2011 when they won them 8-2. That's when they had this much shots in the game. And where's the clinicality? No clinicality. Now, I will not blame the players that were fielded yesterday. It's that man that is sitting on the bench that is going to have to explain why he started this game with 5 defenders and 5 midfielders and no striker in this encounter. Bringing on Sesko in the 65th minute when it's already too late for him to make any impact on the game. So a good game or whatever is inconsequential, no point.
The defense, Delishaw and Euro started in defense. Dalot and Dogu started as a wing back. Dogu hit the bar in the first half. Fantastic run. Hit the fine shot and hit the bar. That is the closest they were. And good run, I think. But for me, if you ask me, you can see what Amorim is building there.
I don't see nothing.
Intensity was there. The way they chased the ball, they just missed a couple of goals. But also this particular game, what do you think that happened in this particular game generally?
First of all, this is the second time Man United has considered from a set piece that the goalkeeper was clear on getting the ball and the defender pulls down his hand. And the referee of VAR did not call it back. We saw it against Tottenham Hotspur where the goalkeeper came out to punch the ball. Wait, now it's not conspiracy. Leave that thing first.
Conspiracy.
Where the goalkeeper came out to punch the ball. I could get you pictures. I could get you videos. I could get you video clips if you want to see it. Goalkeeper came out to punch the ball and Begval, I remember his name, dragged his hand down and Tottenham scored from a direct free kick or direct corner kick in that one. And they said it's a goal. It's a direct corner kick. Nobody, as long as he didn't make contact with the ball. But you saw his hand dragging the goalkeeper's hand down. In this one again, we saw Gabriel dragging that Arsenal defender dragging the goalkeeper's hand down, and the VAR did not call it. It's not so they don't call a conspiracy theories, no problem. Good enough, they scored from a set piece, which is the only way they can score against Manchester United. It's good, but in general, somebody will say Sesko score hat-trick. Well, now they wanna come. I'm coming because I don't want to talk about the performance now. But, no, not Sesko.
Shebi, you say you are a performance man. Talk about performance.
I'm talking about performance now. The performance I'm talking about.
Performance.
It's the performance I'm talking about. Man United had a better performance than Arsenal yesterday.
And Arsenal, they have nothing to show for it at the end of the day.
Leave statistics. It's better than.
They have nothing to show for it at the end of the day.
Your correct will score because I was seeing there was clear case scenario. There was a time in the match where I think Matis Cunha had the ball, made a full dashing run.
Yes,
from his own half, and nobody followed around that run. He reached front, nobody could pass ball.
Alpha.
Like I was
fine. Nobody to pass ball to. You know he score.
I got it.
He shoot, he
Only
How many he score last season?
He
He not
shoot.
he score.
He shoot. Keeper catch him.
Thank you. Men
shoot.
day.
He
Simple.
Before he even was already going down because two defenders were on him.
Men go down.
Only carry ball from across halfway line. Drag Arsenal defense to the final
At
line.
the end of the day, nothing
Look
come
at, and
out.
I was shouting, Umbuemo run,
At the end of the day,
run.
nothing come out.
Wait, let me
Umbremo
finish.
also
Now,
had
let
his
me
day in the sun too.
Let me finish.
Mm-hmm.
I was shouting, Umbuemo run. Ahmad run.
Nothing
They
come
didn't
out.
run. It was just Cunha. So Man United in this game, Casemiro started. Casemiro was on his game. I'll have to give him that. I'll have to give him his flowers. I'm not saying a potato leaf. Now in my garden now. Only potato leaf. So I'll cut small and give you Casemiro. You try. But in general, Man United midfield, when Ugarte came in, I felt like, bros, you're clear 30 years out. Pass the ball. You went to I don't know whether I want to play goalkeeper.
You go explain tire, nothing you want talk.
I don't
You
know whether I want to play
explain
goalkeeper in that position. So it was painful to see an Ugarte take a shot from 30 years out. Bro, you are not him. You are not it.
Talking about the two strikers, the main strikers for Arsenal, he had about 10 touches in the whole game.
And three in the
truthfully, Arsenal as a whole did not really play well as a team. So
Godwin.
this is the first game for Forest. And game, for me, he did not do well.
This was
Bro,
not this
at
excuse.
least he has scored in preseason.
This
That's all
excuse
that
did not come
matters.
into play before the game. When I was making these excuses on behalf of both players before the game, they called for my head. They said I don't know what I was saying. I said in this game, ego hard. If you remember my words, ego hard, EPL factor and Manchester United, the spotlight is going to be very, very heavy. It's going to be a hot seat for the both strikers. And Amorim understood this factor and put Sesko on the bench. That was why I will have to excuse him for putting Sesko on the bench. But where I have to fault him is, why did Højlund not, at least, even if you don't want to risk it, play Chido Martins?
All of them
Why you go risk Chido Martins? Who Chido Martins be?
You know, understand? Just to protect your ego. There are some sacrifices you will
Højlund
make.
did not make match.
Højlund did not make match day
Yes.
squad. Chido did not make match day squad.
Yes.
You now have Zeski, at least risk one. You risk Zeski. You get, he's been in this team from last season.
Cunha played well as a striker.
You don't understand. Cunha played well as a striker, but you need a striker. Zeski can play well as a striker.
Cunha is a striker.
What was Mount doing in that
Sesko is
game?
a 9.5. He's not a 9.
What was Mount doing in
Let
that
me say something
game?
about Mount.
Mount is a 10.
Let me tell you something about
He's the
Mount.
star boy at Man
Mount
U.
somehow if Mount is that bad player, these players he can. It is Mount and Shaw. They are good players, but injuries.
I'm not saying they are
for
not
him to
good
start this
players.
start this
Amorim
game
loves him. He's an
yes.
Amorim boy.
Amorim
In
likes
general,
Mount.
wait, let me now go back. We've talked about performance now. People that were calling Gyökeres to score hat-trick, how far?
Who won at
He
the
was
end of the
MIA.
day?
He didn't
Who won?
Imagine, when Gyökeres played 65 minutes, 0 shots, 0 on target.
Who
Zero,
won?
like zero.
Who
At least
won at
Sesko
the end of the
leave
day?
who won, Matter John.
Who
No, they-
won
if
at
you
the
want-
end of the
Ars-
day?
Arsenal won.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
So
Arsenal
go
won.
rest.
Arsenal won.
Your
Traoré
own
scored.
striker wey
Now-
come enter the game no do nothing. He
Sesko
no
came
score
in.
too.
Sesko came in
Who
the
is
second. Sesko came in the second half. 65th minute. That was when
Yes.
he came in. Had 2 shots. Make it be seen an off target, but he still get 2 shots. 1 header and 1 other shot.
It's still the same 0 goal with Gyökeres. So Parkway.
You play
Gyökeres-
60 minutes.
Gyökeres-
It's still the
Arsenal
same
won.
0 goal.
Arsenal won, but Gyökeres did not play anything.
He didn't
That-
play.
this is just-
Let's be honest.
I know send.
You go send, you know go
Sesko
send.
no play anything as well too. Kiridi,
Sesko might not do.
Mbeumo and your Cunha wasted a lot of chances in that game. If you have a Cunha, somebody you spend 65 million pounds for the high top Mbeumo price cannot even score. Yes, you have Cunha and you need another striker. And you signed 3 of them this season.
Cunha, I will say
None of
it
them
again.
have markets.
Cunha, I will
All
say
of
it
them.
again, is not a striker.
Thank you.
Amorim
He's a
played
10 now.
him there.
But
Cunha
they
is
signed
not
the day
a
of the day not
striker.
signed 3
Look at the way they
strikers.
played against. Now they talk to they signed 3 strikers.
Thank you.
Look at the way they played.
Because you agree too.
Look at the way they played against when it was about 14 Wanderers. How the team set up to play. It's always a strengthening in front or the Japanese guy in front.
Can he play or
You
can
get-
he not play?
Now
I can play.
there's always a number 9 I can score goals does not mean I can play as a striker.
No, so you are the one that said I can play.
I can
and
play.
He can play. He
And
play how far?
yesterday, Mount was most okay. What about the times Mount was up front and he and Mbemo were behind?
Yeah, they were interchanging. Yeah.
It was a free. See, like I said, not be about the start. At the time, it's a leave start. Look at the position of the
I
team.
didn't see the game.
Not be,
At the end of the day, what productivity?
You they look start. You they look the game just to count start, just to count. Okay, one pass.
Bro,
pass.
at the end of the day,
I know they look game on. Me I count
at the
how
end
many
of the
shots.
day, productivity is what matters, not
At the end of the day,
performance.
now John, you are debating from debate. At the end of the day, the debate was about who had a better game. Sesko
It's not about who had a better game. The debate is
John
who scored
won.
on the night.
Calafiori scored on the night. The debate now that you are trying to
the
debate you are trying to kill now is who had a better game. Gyökeres that played 70 minutes of football or Sesko that played 25 minutes of football. Who had a better game?
Okay, let's see what.
Use your hand, put that for comment section.
Okay, like statistics in that game, Manchester United had 22 shots in total, 7 of them on target. More possession in that game, 62, and had 475 passes. Fantastic game for Amorim. Even though that they lost that game, Arsenal has 9 shots in total, 3 on target, 38% possession and 294, but they were clinical in that corner kick. Corner kick FC is back and they won that game 1-2. But truthfully, Amorim Manchester United played better than what they played last season. But let's see it. The problem is I have about Manchester United is consistency. Can they, because if they play like this, continue playing like this, they will improve.
No,
the problem is over time, if they are consistent, I think that they are going to do better if they continue the way they played against Arsenal yesterday and continue to for probably 30. You cannot play well.
Didn't we see last season against City, against Liverpool, against Arsenal? We saw this performance. What happened the remaining games?
Leave that against City,
what
against
happened
Liverpool.
The remaining
The
games?
performance not reached like this.
What happened the remaining games? Still the same thing.
The performance not reached like this.
We are all saying the same thing. The question here is consistency. Everybody has a day where they will play well, 1 or 2 games. But if you are consistent in your performance for at least 30 games in the season, you are likely to challenge for the Premier League. That's how it was. For a game for Arsenal, sometimes you don't need to play well. You get 3 points. It happens in football.
Simple.
But if you are consistent, you will do well. But I think Amorim team, they were consistent throughout that game yesterday, and even they were unlucky to lose that game, but Arsenal got away with the 3 points. Okay, before we start taking phone calls, let me go to YouTube and read some of the comments here on our YouTube. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. Comments full here, comment full here, we choke here. It's okay. Okay, I'll read few of them. I'll read all of them. I'll just read few of them. Okay, Okafo Ugochi, welcome to the show. Say hi, Godwin, Nonso, and John. Man, you win, right? Okay, man, you win. Arsenal, up Arsenal. Cry Amorim. Okay, Emmanuel Okitipi saying some Nonso. Good morning,
Nonso from Sunderland.
Greetings from Sunderland. Yes. Okay.
Potter, you do this one. I know you just want to talk.
We'll read them. We'll blow them out. How far?
Potter, you do this one.
Emmanuel Okitibi is also saying, as an Arsenal fan, I just hope that this is not how Arsenal is going to play throughout the season. Truthfully, Arsenal did not play well throughout this, that game. Okay.
And he also say, John, calm down, no.
Okay,
now Wolfo, no be.
Okay, finally, he's saying, so after all said and done, Arsenal won.
Simple.
Take it or leave it.
Simple.
I understand Arsenal won, but we're talking about performance.
Simple.
I said I don't want to dwell on the stats.
Okay,
let's talk about the performance.
You don't want to dwell on the stats today because it no go in your favor. On another day, now you go dwell on that stats.
I've always not been a player to dwell on the stats.
Okay.
If you look at my analysis here, I've not been a player to dwell. I've not been a person to dwell on stats. Stats they lie.
Okay,
he's also saying take it or leave it. Partey is a hole in that midfield. See the way Manchester United bossed the entire midfield. Okay, it's might take time for him to stay focused in that Arsenal midfield. Okay, Charles, welcome to the show. He's saying Arsenal was playing like they forgot to give a number 9. Okay, Dex, welcome to the show. Okay, he said Jones and Venus, cover your eyes. You know, go fit see with man you play. Man, you played fantastic compared to last season. Everybody saw it. Mr. West Ham, how far now? Sunderland don't blow una out. Okay.
I know if you sleep.
too much for you
I know
there.
sleep on Saturday night.
Thank you.
I get caught tired.
Okay, Joe Brown say good morning, guys. John, I know you are a good sports analyst. Okay, Manchester actually have improved, but Manchester United has improved. You're talking about you have to give them kudos. Actually,
Give them their flowers.
Onyechi Agara, welcome to the show. Good morning, guys. Chelsea is the world champion. Chelsea will come back strong. Okay, let's see if they are going to come back soon. Okay, Kelvin M, welcome to the show. He said Arsenal play like champions. If you want trophies, play like Stoke, reflect your trophy cabinet. Okay, let's see. Thank you guys for all the comments here. I'm going to read some of them again. Remember, guys, to subscribe to our channel. If you are listening to me, just click the subscribe button, like the video, and subscribe. Okay, let's take phone calls and get your own contribution about all these things we are talking about. The number to call is 0706048853. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, John.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Good morning, Godwin. Good morning, Nonso.
Good morning.
I'm greeting Nonso from Sunderland.
Yeah, okay, quickly. Name and location, what's your contribution?
Happy New Year, guys. Tell you from Bola.
Okay.
Welcome.
Man, you carry Champions League yesterday.
No, nah.
You know, say, for my area, my band just celebrate, like they don't win trophy.
They play well.
Performance, they give trophy.
Okay, nah.
Okay. Mine play yesterday, but they still lose that match. They continue like this. They still win trophy. But just saying, man, you see big things and they play well.
Yeah.
I don't know if they continue like this.
Okay.
So, congratulations to them for performing well.
Okay.
Congratulations to them for losing.
All right, thank you very much.
And for my team, Chelsea, let people to watch out to know that we played at 0-0 yesterday.
But now Crystal Palace way they
They
people.
are not done derby now.
They don't turn on derby.
Crystal Palace will win Man City and Liverpool.
They don't win. They don't win Liverpool. They don't win Liverpool. They play
Thank you very
penalty.
much. Okay.
They play penalty. Penalty they be winning.
Okay, 0706048853. Yeah.
Turn down the volume.
Oh, sorry. Please, when you call in, please turn down the volume of your radio set so we can hear you and our listeners can hear you too. Okay, let's take phone calls. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Okay, it's Manchester United OG coming from Enugu.
Okay, quickly, what is your contribution?
I just I'm going straight to John. John, I don't know why you hate Manchester United so bad. You are the one that when Manchester United are playing last season, they are not playing very well.
Yes.
And you criticize them, everybody, mounting pressure on them that first half 0, second half 0. But yesterday's match, not Manchester United lost 1-0. But the performance is so wonderful. If Manchester United can able to play like this with Arsenal, if they get Man City, they will destroy you guys. Because I don't see what you guys played. Even you hit 4-0. What's this? Nothing. You play nothing. Arsenal even play more better than you guys. But nobody can't show anywhere.
Okay.
Arsenal play against Manchester United yesterday. 22 shots, 7 on target. They get only 3 on target. If you are analyzing, but analyze it the way the thing is. Not sentiment. You are doing sentiment to Manchester United.
Okay. All
If
right.
you are analyzing football, 20 shots on the play, 7 on target, 60-something possession. Arsenal couldn't, you know Arsenal. Arsenal, when only yesterday that I saw Manchester United collecting Brazil full possession with Arsenal. Arsenal couldn't even play anything yesterday.
Okay.
They couldn't even find where they are going to push the ball. Even their striker, they can't even distribute anything. So when you are analyzing football, analyze it well. That is why I called. Manchester United will bounce back.
In your dreams, bro.
Okay.
In your dreams.
Let's see if it's going to bounce back. I know that Manchester United fans they don't batter on that, but truthfully, I think they played well yesterday. Okay.
Baba.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
First from Maryland.
Okay.
Like the basketball state. John, please, if you want to analyze football, analyze it. All the pundits that watched the match yesterday, they were heaping praise on Man United. All the both Ferdinand, Gary Neville, the only mistake Man did was the goal error from the goalkeeper. Manchester United has played. John, I don't know.
Yeah,
How
let me wait. Let me tell you.
This is not a bad statement because I know what people want to say. This is not matter of
At the end of the day, you lost.
QED.
QED.
Okay, we lost that. Let me explain this thing. For example, there are years, like for example, Arsenal has played well and they lost the game and they criticize them for not being strong to win games. So I understand where John is coming from. He's coming from that angle because if you go back on social media, everybody is saying that Arsenal did not play well, but they got 3 points. I remember this particular game, Jose Mourinho, that Lingard danced on that pitch. You remember that Arsenal had about 40 shots on that game, but they lost
it.
Let's calm down. They lost 3. Because Man United even played well in that same game.
Secondly, Godwin, last season.
They banter after that game. So I understand I understand where John is coming from. It's not necessary that he's not talking about that you can play well and still lose, which is very, very possible. Okay, let's take more phone calls. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, everybody in the studio.
Good morning.
Name and location, please.
Joe calling from Opera Avenue.
Okay, what is your contribution?
Welcome to a new season. Fantastic football going on now. I really want to talk about John.
I'm ready for all of you.
I'm coming. By my ratings, you're supposed to be the best football analyst in the country. You come up with stats and everything that goes on with it. You back yourself up, but in the other hand, you tend not to be the worst. You know why? Because you analyze sport with sentiments. I think this platform you people bring for us is a platform for learning. When you begin to come with this unnecessary argument and behaving as if others are not telling anything, you tend to make us confused. You get us confused in this game because it is a platform for learning. Please, children are also learning from what you people are analyzing. Please calm down. Please, thank you very much.
Have a nice day.
Everyone's coming for John. You have to remember, I have told you, I understand what you're saying, but Manchester United played well, but they did not get the results, which is the main thing about football. 3 points is all that matters. As I just explained to you, sometimes Arsenal, those times when guys they will play well, but they will not win anything. They will still banter them. Now, so I think main thing about Manchester United, when they start winning games, then we can praise him. For now, they lost that game, so any banter is allowed for Manchester United. Okay, let's take the final call. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning, studio.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Robin from Brazil South.
Okay, what is your contribution?
Why is everybody against John? Because
I don't know. I don't know. Now, Manchester United fans.
All these Mario fans that are making noise, why they don't feel face noise? So when he takes with his last blood, I don't want to talk to him. Then I don't make them the way they talk so that they make analysis.
If to say Chelsea win match.
Get a big club.
Yes.
From today, I want to change that name to Manchester divided, Manchester scattered. Nobody can call Man your game. Man is no longer Manchester divided or Manchester scattered.
Thank you very much.
I pray that I will see the relegation zone this.
Calm down. Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
I don't hate Chelsea. If you play well, I come, I sing your praise, I sing your song, I sing your poem.
See, I understand.
If you not play well, let's be honest, it's not about, we talk about stats, I keep saying it, John is the king of stats. I'm always telling you, I don't look at the stats sheet because I've told you this before, the stats lie. Sometimes. The stats, for me, they lie every time.
You know they lie.
Because I'm a football coach.
You know they lie.
I know certain runs say players they make when they need to see passes. I know so much effort say players they do. Just because say defender outdo them, you come force the players. I know these things because I see players do it, and I've gone back to history to tell you most of the great players we keep talking about today. Their numbers are not up to the numbers these players of now are scoring.
Oh wow.
Okay, let's see that game, particular game. I know everybody is trying to give their own opinion, but now banter, you can talk about start. The final start is that Manchester United lost that game. That is just the final part. And as I said, that we have seen teams play well and lose, and still they get battered because they lost that game. I give you that example against that as Manchester United versus Arsenal. Arsenal actually played them, but Jose Mourinho won that game 3-1, and Lingard danced in that game. So I understand where John is coming from. So, but I understand everybody. Okay, let's see what happens with Premier League. Premier League is started and everybody is trying to defend their club. You have your right to defend your club, but
our own opinion is our own opinion. Thank you for joining us on today's show. Tomorrow we are back on the show. I will give you other games that happened throughout the weekend. We'll talk about more of these games too. Manchester United, what we saw in that game, we think that we can improve in each club. But let's see what will happen with Manchester United and Arsenal and all the club. For Chelsea, Chelsea need to start chasing the pack because they are 2 points behind every other person chasing. So it's going to be an interesting Premier League season. Let's see who is going to win. It's the first game of the Premier League game. There's only one game that is going to be played today. Everton is going to play today's game. Let's see if they are
Against
going
Leeds
to win.
United.
Against United. Let's see.
Calvin Lewis versus Coman.
Yeah, let's see if they are going to get the win to in today's game. Okay, tomorrow we are going to be back on the show to give you more and more fun and more stories about everything happening in football and transfers. We're going to talk about transfers tomorrow. My name is Godwin, and have a wonderful day.
Welcome to Volt 104.3 FM.
Okay,
Music meets
okay, on our YouTube channel, guys. Thank you all for on our YouTube channel. Almost sorry, I cannot. I have 56 people here, 56 persons. Please, if you are here,
just click on the like button.
Please
Just click on the like button.
Tap. Subscribe to our channel. Thank you guys for joining. Kevin M, welcome to the show. I cannot read every comment here, but okay, and I clear too. So welcome to the show. Barry, yeah. Ude, 3 points matters, but remove hatred. Ude Chidozie, welcome to the show. And like latest, I can see you. Joseph Ibe, thank you for Barry. Barry, welcome.
Barry said Chelsea really missed Jackson.
Yeah. Jaja Somto, welcome to the show. Adeeri, you are back. Joseph Ibe, I can see you. Agara, Onyemechi, thank you for joining us on today's show. Please remember, guys, to subscribe to our channel. Dex, welcome to the show. I can see you too. Joe Brown, I see you. Okay, Idirin, Gina Idirin, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining on today's show. Let's see what happens on. Join us tomorrow. Guys. And on tomorrow's show, we are going to be back tomorrow by 8 a.m. We are going to be back. Thank you for joining us on today's show. My name is Godwin. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you all. I love you all. Thank you, Barry. I can see you. Bye, guys.
Are they
Startup story. Africa startup.